and hello everyone. My name is Puteri binti Ismail and I am from SR 2452A. So for this video, I will explain to you on how to conduct a 10-meter sprint test. So first, I will talk about the objective of the test. So this 10-meter sprint test, it is to measure athletes' linear speed capabilities and to measure their acceleration from a static position. How to conduct a test? So as you guys can see, it must be done in a consistent environment, for example with a dependable surface that is not affected by wet or slippery conditions. So the equipment required are such as mark track, stopwatch and also cone markers. Since this test is called as 10-meter sprint test, so the setup must be accurate 10 meters from the starting to the finishing line. So the example of the setup is in the photo.
It is important to begin with a simple warm-up. The test requires the participants to running a single maximum sprint over a set distance 10-meter sprint with time recorded. Each participant must complete at least 3 sprints, each separated by a 2 to 3 minute rest. Once the test over, important to check the participant's condition. The starting. The foot must be behind the starting line. Should be counted 3, 2, 1, go.
Analysis of the result. So analysis of the result is by comparing it with the result of previous tests. It should be expected that with appropriate training and also good techniques between each test, the analysis will indicate an improvement of each participant. So the target group of the 10-meter sprint test can be done to active individuals, athletes and also sportspersons.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Sara binti Syafiq. I am from RSR 2452A. The fitness test for speed that I choose is 20-meter sprint test. The purpose of 20-meter sprint test is to determine acceleration, maximum running speed and speed endurance, quickness and agility depending on the distance run. The equipment required for 20-meter sprint test is measuring tape, marker cones, stopwatch, performing recording form, and you can use timing gates if you have. For field measurement, you can use a measuring tape to get the actual distance of 20 meters accurately. Second, you must mark the start line and finish line using a marker cones. How to conduct 20-meter sprint test? Before start the sprint test, participant must warm up first with sufficient recovery 2 until 3 minutes. Participants should be ready in a standing split stance start position on the start line. Timekeeper must stand at the finish line and perform the countdown and time the sprint. Timekeeper should be countdown, ready, get set, go. On the go signal, the participant must accelerate maximally to the finish line as quick as possible. Once the test is over, record the time of 3 sprint tests when participant arrive at finish line in performance recording form. Each participant must complete minimum of 3 sprint tests and each test separated by a 2 until 3 minute rest. Analysis of the result. If 3 sprint tests were complete, all the score are normally then generated into a mean score which provide an overall 20-meter sprint time. This is done by using the mean score which at all the time of 3 sprint and divide by the total number of sprint which is 3. The 20-meter sprinters target to measure acceleration in track athlete, also to measure maximum speed in team sport athlete, and any other sport in which speed is important. That's all for 20-meter sprint test. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syafiq Irfan bin Muhammad Puteri. I am from RSR 2452A. My metric number is 2021503667. Okay, for the topic that I will talk about is 10 times 5 meter sprint. So I will explain it about it. The objective of the test is, depending on the distance run, the aim of this test is to assess acceleration, maximum running pace, and speed endurance. How to conduct the test? It is important to remember that fitness testing must take place in a consistent setting that is insulated from changing weather conditions and has a dependable surface that is not compromised by wet or slippery conditions. If the environment is not stable, repeated tests at later dates may be significantly hampered, resulting in useless results. Equipment needed for the test is a testing facility with a minimal length of 10 meters that is reliable and consistent, a measuring tape approximately 5 meters, a timer, cones for marking, and a sheet of paper for keeping track of performance. Next, I will explain about the procedure. First, begin with a simple warm-up. Second, in a standing split stance, start position, the participant prepares themselves on the start line. 3, 2, 1, go can be used to count down the number of participants. If the test administrators use a stopwatch, the timekeeper must stand at the start of the test. When the go signal is sent, the individual must sprint to the finish line as quickly as possible. If accurate results are required, each participant must complete a minimum of 3 sprints, each separated by a 2 to 3 minute rest. Some participants will respond to the previous section after the test is complete. The participant should take a break. Analysis of the result. The 5-meter sprint test is a straightforward and widely used method of determining an athlete's acceleration abilities. This test is often used in performance testing batteries since short distance acceleration are typical in a wide range of sports. An athlete's starting position as well as the distance from the starting line are both factors to consider. This is the normative data for 10 times 5 meter sprint test, and also the target groups for this test is sprinters and team sport athletes. For the sprinter, such as 100 meter and 200 meter sprint, and for the team sport athlete such as rugby and other else. So that's all from me. Thank you.